Ed Boon is back in the DC Sandbox with Injustice 2. It's coming out next year. This was the worst kept secret of E3.
It was.
and but I'm happy. You know, I'm a DC fanboy. It is great to see you again, and it is great to see Batman and Superman fighting in a video game again, especially handled by you guys at NetherRealm.
Yeah.
How do you feel, man? The reception must be pretty warm to this.
It was great reception. Like you said, though, it was a pretty poorly kept secret. Leaks and stuff got out, but finally when we announced it, it was huge. You know, I think our announced trailers already, like in a couple of days, it was like 21 million views. So it's like a ridiculous thing. I was pleasantly surprised at the kind of hunger for this game that has been coming out and stuff like that. And what's cool is we get to really get into the more obscure but very cool DC characters as we go deeper into the roster.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the challenge, I think, for you guys, because you did an excellent job with the first Injustice, and then you added extra content and you re-released it sort of in the Super Extendo pack. Yeah. And you guys did a pretty complete job of giving us a good fighting game in that universe, so that it's almost like you're your own worst enemy at that point. Like, how do you beat what you did before?
Yeah, you know what? Fortunately and unfortunately, you know, there are some very passionate / angry players out there who, when they don't see their character, we hear it. Yeah. And so this is part of it is our ability to, okay, Gorilla Grodd, okay, Atrocitus, okay, Supergirl, and so we're constantly hearing it. So we think of it as a way to kind of like, you know, soothe the savage beasts out there. Yeah.
And there are a lot of savage beasts out there. I've made no secret about my dissatisfaction with the Batman versus Superman movie. But there is more of these characters, these properties in sort of the eye. You know, like they're on television every week now. They've got movies coming like crazy. Yeah. That's different from when Injustice came out the first time.
Oh, yeah. It's so, you know, superheroes have permeated all through pop culture. Yeah. I mean, like every form of media has some representation of it. And we still have, you know, the comics, which is where it all started. Yes. So all of the stuff was we're drawing inspiration from, and it's so much fun to make these games just because, you know, you can just do, as you saw with our demo, just the wildest stuff that people have ever seen.
Yeah, and it's a great fit for you guys because you've always played in this kind of fantastic fantasy realm where characters did larger than life things, so it's kind of familiar territory. Is it even bigger than what you can do in Mortal Kombat? I was thinking that when I was watching the demos, like this can go farther than what MK can do.
That's exactly true. I think you know, one of the, you know, Mortal Kombat is a little bit more of a contained thing. Yeah. But you know, it's superheroes. You know, you knock people into space. You know, knock people into the, you know, gigantic, you know, prehistoric sharks can be summoned. You know, it's just an awesome. Such a broader palette with a lot less limitations.
Yeah. Well, talk to me about this gear idea. Was that something that you wanted to employ the first time around, or was this something that you said, no, this is perfect now? We have the horsepower, we have the art asset capabilities, and people are going to love mixing and matching and making their own stuff.
Yeah, it's something we actually started talking about a few games ago. You know, we've been doing Mortal Kombat and Injustice games, and the direction that our studio always wants to go with our characters, whether it's for Injustice or Mortal Kombat, is more personalization. Yeah. You know, with Mortal Kombat X, we kind of had 3 versions of every character, and you can kind of get a little one that plays a little bit more to your style. So now we're kind of exposing all the game variables, so to speak, to the players in the form of this gear, you know, costume pieces that basically power up your characters. And then it starts this kind of big meta game of you're constantly in the process of improving, leveling up, sculpting your Batman, your Superman, your Aquaman, and when you go online, you see somebody else's creation of that character, and you know, to me, that novelty of every time I go online, I'm going to see somebody else's version of Aquaman or Superman is just going to be so exciting.
Awesome. Yeah, you see a little Batman Beyond kind of foreshadowed in some of your trailer stuff out there. You haven't released too many of the characters yet. We've got Aquaman, we've got Supergirl, Superman, Batman, Atrocitus, and Grodd. And I know you've teased a little bit of that's the Red Sun Superman kind of vibe and aesthetic in the stuff we've seen so far. Sure. I'm not going to ask you because you're just going to defer. You're not going to tell me who else is going to be in this game. But put on your DC comic reading promotion hat for a second here. What comic series should DC fans read that may maybe good information for future Injustice characters?
Flashpoint, Killing Joke. I think those are the only ones I can give out right now.
Without being too specific and
yeah.
spoiling some stuff. You guys you have some time. It's not out till next year, so you probably have a whole sort of release schedule of information already planned.
We do. We're gonna be at Comic-Con. We're gonna be showing more stuff there.
Awesome.
And gonna have a nice, cool demo. I think we're having a panel at Comic-Con as well too.
Right
So we're hopefully we're gonna be revealing stuff throughout the summer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And is Jeff Johns working with you on a lot of kind of plans and ideas and characters and stuff?
Yeah, Jeff Johns and DC in general are our collaborators. You know, they have such a wealth of knowledge to share with us as far as the characters and what they would say, what their behavior and stuff like that, stay consistent. We have a very cinematic, detailed story mode that's going to be like it's going to be like another superhero movie, and the players participating in it. So it has its story arc that continuing from Injustice 1.
Yes.
That was also kind of featured in the Injustice comic, which I was a huge fan of.
Yes, absolutely.
And so it's going to continue that whole thing of Superman having been imprisoned by Batman and what happens after that.
Awesome.
So we got a lot of cool stuff.
I mean, there are a lot of, obviously you had great success with the mobile, and it won't be surprising to learn that there'll be a mobile accompaniment with this game, but there are a lot of things that, came out of Injustice, the toy lines that you saw, the comic series you mentioned already, but you can really see in this game that an RPG based off of this or an action-adventure game based off of this universe, that must feel incredible for you guys.
It's so cool. The analogy I always kind of bring it up is like, the comic was born of this game, and we feel like it grew up and went to college. So it has a life of its own. And same with the mobile game. Like this thing has kind of spawned other forms of things with the name Injustice on it. Including this next game. That it's really cool to have we planted that seed and kind of watched it kind of grow. It's
As
awesome.
fans
It's
yourself,
awesome.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Huge fans.
Tell me about the team bouncing from Mortal Kombat to Injustice. I see, like, when Bethesda moves from Fallout to an Elder Scrolls game, how much they benefit from the break and how much they benefit from a different kind of viewpoint on it. Is it similar with you guys?
It's exactly that. It's literally like kind of cleansing your creative palette. We love Mortal Kombat. We love doing all the kind of crazy stuff in that category, but we're also, everybody in our studio is huge fans of superheroes, and so we love creating the. I mean, how much fun is it to make up what Batman's going to be doing, what he's going to be saying, writing the script, and all that stuff. It's just such a great different. It satisfies a different kind of creativity part of your brain, and it's great to jump between the two games.
It just hit me that I've been talking to you about fighting games for 22 years at this show.
That's right. Yeah.
That's unbelievable, dude. I mean, could you ever imagine that you would be?
I wouldn't want to see any footage of us talking, 20 years ago. What that would
we may have some of that footage, but could you imagine, as you came in here with, I think it was Mortal Kombat 2 for the Super Nintendo, that you're doing, you're playing with the best and biggest superheroes that have ever been created.
It's been a dream come true. We're always fans of all the characters and love how players have embraced our characters, with the Mortal Kombat ones. It's awesome.
Amazing. Are we ever going to see that MK-DC matchup again? Is that ever going to happen again?
There's no plans for it. I really, like I was saying before, I love the whole idea of us going into a different headspace.
Yeah.
And kind of giving something a rest. Mortal Kombat, we extended it so far with our additional characters.
Yeah.
8 characters that it just recently released some characters, and we're already announcing Injustice 2. So it's starting to overlap there.
There it is, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Well, let's talk Mortal Kombat for 1 second. The movie, anything in the works, or Netflix, anything happening? I know Kevin Tancharoen was taking his web series further, but that kind of went away. Like, what's going on? Anything?
Well, it's in a constant discussion. We don't have like an announcement or anything, but I personally, this is an announcement, but I personally would be surprised if we didn't do anything further with that. Like the legacy stuff was really well received and stuff, and I think that there certainly is an opportunity for something, bigger.
One of you 3 will decide the outcome of the tournament. The fate of billions will depend upon you. Sorry.
Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.